Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. These are available to download in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam, and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that will be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to continue with the second question of paper C of the 2019 grade 5 past practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 19, we can get going on that. So we're dealing with intervals here. So I do suggest you have a go on your own. It doesn't matter if you go wrong. Always work in pencil and then you can just erase any mistakes and have another go. You'll learn much more thoroughly that way. So I'm hoping that you've done that and we'll now work through it together. So question 2 asks us to describe fully these harmonic intervals. Harmonic because they come together like a harmony, one on top of another, like a chord, as opposed to melodic where they come one after another as in a melody. So here we can tell that we exceed an octave, and I find it easier to describe these as compound intervals. So just jump your octave. So we'll jump up to E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll start the whole process again, counting this as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a compound sixth of some sort or other. So we have a compound sixth. So we've already got half marks sorted. And now this is where it's really important that you have a good grasp on your major and minor key signatures. And I do suggest you write them all out, get all your thinking done in one go, and then you're not going to get confused and make mistakes as you're trying to deal with too many topics all at once. If you're not sure how to work out this list in the circle of fifths, if you pop onto my Music Theory for Everyone playlist, and go on to the video circle of fifths, I'll show you exactly how to get this written down and how it all works out. I'll put the link in the cards in the description, but I do suggest you have this always written out, write it out every time so you get used to doing it quickly, and then it's all to hand. So our lowest note is always counted as the tonic. So we were thinking in E major would have a key signature which would include C sharps. It hasn't got the C sharp, and so looking at that, C sharp, major means greater, it's come down to the C natural, there's no sharp present. Major means greater, minor means lesser, and so it's a minor sixth, the compound minor sixth. And also we know that E minor would be quite happy with a C natural in that scale. So that's that one done. Let's look at this next one. We have a 1, 3, 5, 7th of some sort. Now then, it's better to work these out incrementally. So first of all, we have a D, we're in the bass clef, to a C, so we know that's a 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now D to C sharp would be major, part of the major scale. It's a C natural, so it's been made smaller, so we've gone from major to minor, smaller. However, this lowest note isn't actually D, it's a D sharp because the key signature has made that a sharp. So we've gone from D to C sharp, which is major, minor, and then the lower note is also raised, which has made the interval smaller again, and we brought that in, and so we've now gone diminished. So we've worked it out incrementally. So that's a diminished 7th. Now then, this next one, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we don't need to bother with the major, minor. It's always perfect. And if you want to look at these intervals in more depth, on my playlist Music Theory for Everyone, I deal with each individual interval, first, like of second, third, fourth and so on, in great detail, and I discuss why we have these perfect intervals. So we have a perfect fifth here because we know that F sharp, well, F and C is perfect, and so parallel movement, F sharp to C sharp, same distance, perfect fifth. So that really is literally nothing changed. So again, we're still under intervals for this next section, but now we need to create the interval. So the first job is to get the note head. We just get to the blob in the correct place first of all. So let's count up 7. 1, 2, counting line space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes us here. We're in bass clef, so we've gone from an A, B, C, D, E, F to a G. Now we know from our circle of fifths that A major should have a G sharp. So in order to make this a major seventh, we need to sharpen that G. There we go, so that's now correct. Let's carry on with this one. Again, we're doing harmonic intervals, so making sure they come one on top of each other like a harmony. If you place it later afterwards, you've made a melodic interval and you will lose marks for that. So counting up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now then we need to make this augmented. So first of all, let's think about, it would be perfect if it was B flat to E flat, just as the key signature dictates, because B flat is our tonic. So B flat to E flat would be perfect. We need to augment that, we need to make it bigger, and so we need to raise the E flat to a natural. There we go, that's that one done. So let's press on. And so now our transposition question again is going to be dealing with the topic of intervals. Now we're going to be rewriting this passage for a horn in F. So remember, a horn plays a note C, if we just visualise that. And when it plays note C, it actually sounds a note F. It sounds 5 notes lower. And so what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite it up a perfect fifth so that this is what would actually be sounding. We don't use a key signature. I don't know why it is, but horns never ever use key signatures, even in orchestral music. But the question says don't use a key signature, and so we'll stick to that. So first job is to figure out what our key signature would be. Even though we're not going to be using it, we need to sort of transplant that as accidentals. So we take this as, you could think major minor, it's much easier to just think major. So take this as C major, because the accidentals will deal with everything else. And then we've got to go up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to G major. So we would be putting a key signature for G major, which is F sharps. However, because no key signature is asked for, we're going to have to remember that as accidentals as we go along. So now, before we go any further, I'm just going to map out all of my bars. And if you just take things one step at a time, better than trying to do everything at once and getting in a muddle. And I'm just going to do the note heads. Let's just get the blobs in the correct place, and then we can deal with stems and so on afterwards. So here we're going up a fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're like skipping up 1, 3, 5, up 2 lines. So that takes us to E. And then we can check, going up a step takes us to F. Now it should be F sharp. So we would have to put a sharp sign to make it fit what the key signature would now imply. However, here that has been lowered. So we now need to lower this. So instead of F sharp, we're lowering it. So there's no need for the sharp, it's F natural. So you can either leave it as it is, or you can put it in brackets like that, showing that you know what your sort of thought processes are, and you're showing your thinking. Next note, we're going back up again, we're cancelling that. So we need to get rid of the natural sign and take it back to as it would be the key signature. There we go. Up a step, up a step, up a step, and that's double check. 1, 3, 5 takes us to B, that's right. Up a step. Now we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which should take us to F, that's correct. So you can see I'm checking in relationship of the intervals between next door notes, and then also going up the fifth. I'm double checking it each time. So now here, this has been lowered. This should be an F sharp by our implied key signature, but it's been lowered. So the F sharp is no longer needed, it's just F. That's cancelled what that would be, so we can leave it as it is, or you can put a natural in brackets. Either way, it's saying the same thing. Down a step. Now we're going down a third, 1, 2, 3, and this has been raised. This is a C natural, and so to raise that, we add the sharp. Up a step, up a step, down a step. Now we can just double check we've not gone wrong. We had this note before, and we can see we're still in the correct place, so better to double check as we go. So now down a step takes us here, and we're now cancelling back down, so that can go. Up a step, down a third, 1, 2, 3. And we've had this note before here, so we should be in the same place. We are, so that's correct. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Again, this should be an F sharp by our implied key signature, but it's been lowered. So F sharp lowered gives us that F natural again. We can either leave it as it is, or you can pop it in brackets, just showing your thought processes. It means exactly the same thing, either will do. Down a step, down a step. This has been raised by a semitone. D natural raised by a semitone is sharp. Back up a step, and now we are going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, up a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So that's a G. We've double checked it both ways. And also, we've been here before, so that's correct. The only difference now is that's been raised by a semitone. So we shall raise that G raised by a semitone as a sharp, and then up a step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be ending on an A, and that's correct. So that's all the hard thinking done now. All we've got to do is add the stems, and so we're going to have to watch out because the stems may change direction because everything's gone up 5 notes higher. So stems up here. By all means, use a ruler if that's helpful to you to keep it neat. Stem will have to come down now. We've gone past that middle line. Stems will be coming down. I think I'll use a ruler for this bit. Keep it neat and tidy. I just don't want you to be sitting watching me copying too long. Now then, we've got a decision to make here. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 above the middle line. This one is 1, 2, 3. So this one kind of needs it most and outvotes this one. So the stems will have to come down. And this stem can go up. There we go. And in terms of scoring your 10 points, you've done all of the work. You don't have to now add all of these articulation marks. You're not being marked on copying these out, you're just being marked on your transposition of the actual notes and the pitch. So that question is now complete. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. I hope that you're enjoying your studies. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do visit sharonbill.com and have a browse around all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.